greater sexual responsibility for men. But I think the less we make
But
this
is that
about
what
men's
voters
rights
want,
versus
you
women's
think?
rights, but really in substance say we're all in this together, I think so. I think so,
Over
absolutely.
a
It's going to
right
be up
to
to the
an
voters
abortion?
to decide. It should be driven by the states, and so it's up to the people to speak up at the state level. But I do think that if we frame this issue correctly, this need not be some sort of final sign that we take. This was a lost battle in Ohio today. I'm disappointed about that. I think there are deep reflections in the Republican Party and in the pro-life movement about how to improve from here. But abandoning the pro-life cause, I don't think is the right answer. I think the right answer is opening up other ways where we can walk the walk in terms of being pro-life, from adoption to contraception to sexual responsibility for men codified in the law. And I favor all of those things.
Just to be clear, you think the issue is how Republicans are talking about abortion, are talking about contraception and adoption, not the actual issue of being against abortion access?
Not just talking about it, as I mentioned, Caitlin, but I think being willing to stand for substantive provisions in the law that codify greater responsibility for men in cases of confirmed paternity tests, and also greater access to options like contraception, adoption, and otherwise. So I think that substantive difference can make a difference. It's not just a verbal question. But yes, I do think that that will change the outcomes versus what we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, well, clearly voters in Ohio disagreed since they just voted to pass this that they did vote to pass this. Indeed, it now is part of the state's constitution. You talked about how this is a state's issue. Obviously, you're running to be the Republican candidate for president. If you were president, would you sign a federal abortion ban into law if it was on your desk?
I've been crystal clear about this. I would not. And the reason why is I'm a 10th Amendment absolutist. I practice what I preach in my commitment to the Constitution. This should not be a federal issue. So here's what I do from a federal perspective. Stop federal funding for Planned Parenthood. I think the federal government has no place in tilting the scales using money. But I do not think it is the place of the federal government to get involved in either codifying Roe versus Wade into law. But unlike many other Republican candidates, I stand on the side of principle because that's a constitutional limit. Roe versus Wade was correctly overturned, but we have to practice what we preach when it comes to the Constitution. This is an issue for the states. And I say this as somebody who's disappointed by the outcome in Ohio today. But for me, it is about principle over politics when it comes to my commitment to the Constitution. I also think that if we federalize this issue as Republicans, when the shoe fits the other foot and Democrats are in charge, it will not go well for the pro-life cause at the federal level either. More babies, unborn babies, will die over the next 30 years, I believe, if this issue is federalized.
I will
so
say, Mr. Ramaswamy, that Donald Trump predicted, put those Supreme Court justices in place that overturned Roe versus Wade, that this is hurting Republicans at the ballot box. But we have other news.
Paul, and welcome to American Television News. Go ahead, friends and folks and family and everyone that's watching, hit the free like and that free subscribe button. It helps a lot. Our team really needs this, so please hit the like and free subscribe button. CNN with Vivek Ramaswamy and Kathleen. And as you know, in the United States, abortion is now illegal at the federal level. So Roe versus Wade got overturned. And so abortion is legal in certain states and it's not legal in other states. So this is going to go on for a while. And the CNN anchor Kathleen, she was trying to tie up Vivek Ramaswamy about abortion. I guess she wants the Generation Z and the Millennium Generation to know that Vivek is a pro-life candidate that's running. And I think that what CNN doesn't understand and what the majority don't understand is that an abortion is a human rights issue, that the world is finding a problem with abortion, not just small government. So Vivek Ramaswamy handled himself well, as always. It's impossible for that gentleman to lose any debate. He is so passionate about running. He is passionate about the conservative movement. He is passionate about the Republican Party. And there is nothing any journalist can do or say to get Vivek Ramaswamy to move along, because people are in love with Vivek Ramaswamy. He's almost rescuing the Republican Party. We've got a lot of strong players in the Republican Party, Donald Trump, Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley, and they all believe abortion should be banned. And that's what people are doing. They're banning abortion because it affects young people. We might have killed the last generation of doctors through this horrible thing called abortion. So they on CNN today, a couple of days ago, they were debating about abortion vote in Ohio. And Vivek did slam dunk against Kathleen from CNN. So I want to say Vivek Ramaswamy won that debate. That video did go viral, by the way, and people are just puzzled that a young gentleman like Vivek Ramaswamy would be pro-life, because Generation Z and Millennium, they're not really pro-life, but now we're all learning that abortion is a human rights issue. It's not just a woman's issue. Who's protecting the mom? Who's protecting the child when the child is aborted? No one is protecting the child. So the states have to do what they can to protect a fetus, because a fetus is a child, and that's what nature intended. So go ahead and hit the free like and that free subscribe button. We will bring you more breaking news. And we're going to follow up with the Roe versus Wade that is still overturned. And there's a lot of small courts where the liberal media and the liberal government, they are watching, and we're going to watch it as well, because there's a lot of cases that are going back up trying to overrule Roe versus Wade. It's not enough that it got overturned. People want to overturn it again because they love killing babies. You know, we love killing people. We love killing babies. That's just how it is in the United States. And it's really sad because not everybody's on board for killing babies. 24 states ban abortion, and the person who wins the most for abortion is Planned Parenthood. So they're the only ones losing the billions of dollars. So they're the ones that are lobbying hard to kill the babies. And this is why Vivek Ramaswamy is telling people that this is a human rights issue. It's not a state issue. Vivek made it clear if he becomes president, he's not going to interfere with the abortion rights because it's not a federal issue. It is a state issue. And some state banned it and other states didn't. Now some people are going over state line to have an abortion, which is dangerous and wrong. And some people are getting the medicine in the mail, which is dangerous and wrong. So you have to be careful. You have to make good choices, because at the end of the day, it's your own body. They said abortion also make people very depressed. So it's not something that even if you do and you get away with it, it's something you should continue to do, because abortion is proven to make people depressed. So the District of Columbia, also 21 states plus the District of Columbia, they haven't banned it. So people are moving from state to state looking for an abortion. Be careful, young people, because there are people who are going to take advantage of you when you try to do something that's illegal in your country, in your state, and you go over to other states. So just be very careful. And also remember that we're not killing fetuses here, we're killing unborn children.